Hi everyone, welcome to your channel Impulse. I am Yogesh Bhavne. So today also I have come up with the project which is based upon the Blynk IoT platform. So here I am finding out that how can I make more projects based upon the Blynk IoT platform so that we can able to explore what are the different capabilities of the Blynk IoT platform. So this project is based upon the BMP280 sensor, which is environmental sensor. The sensor gives us the data of temperature, pressure and the altitude. So we are going to send those data to the Blynk IoT platform. So now before we start to configure the Blynk IoT platform, we need to understand few basic things about the BMP280 sensor. Now there are two kinds of sensors available in the market. One is BMP280 sensor and the BMP280 sensor. So here I am using the BMP280 sensor. Now what is the difference between BMP280 sensor and the BMP280 sensor? So there is a simple difference that your BMP280 sensor cannot able to calculate. So that your BMP280 sensor does not give you the humidity readings, but BMP280 sensor gives you the humidity reading as well. So that's why BMP280 sensor is cheaper than the BMP280 sensor. So this is the simple difference between them. Now let's see how to interface the BMP280 sensor with the ESP32 board. So for that we need to understand the circuit diagram of the same. So as you can see, circuit diagram on the screen. So here you can see the VCC of BMP280 is connected to the 3V3 pin, that is 3.3 volt pin of the ESP32 board, and the ground pin of BMP280 is connected to the ground of the ESP32 board. And here we are using the I2C communication protocol for transferring the data between BMP280 and the ESP32 board. So SCL pin of BMP280 is connected to the pin number 22 of the ESP32 board, and the SDA is connected to the pin number 21 of the ESP32 board. So these are the I2C communication pins. So now this is the simple connection that you need to do. Now let's see what are the libraries that we need to install inside the Arduino IDE. So go to Sketch, Include Library, and click on Manage Library. Now search for the Adafruit BMP280 or directly search for BMP280. So here you can see the library, that is Adafruit BMP280 library. So you need to install this library. I have already installed. Just install this library. And after that you need to install one more library, that is Adafruit Unified Sensor Library. So search for that. So here you can see this is the Adafruit Unified Sensor Library. You need to install two libraries. First one is Adafruit BMP280 sensor and the Adafruit Unified Sensor. These are the two libraries you need to install. Now go to File, go to Examples and go to BMP280. And here you can see BMP280 sensor test. Just click on that. Now this is the code. So now here go to, so inside the white loop you can see you are getting temperature here on the serial monitor and also the pressure. Once again go to the file, go to Examples and click on BMP280 test. Here inside the white loop you can see temperature, pressure, as well as you are getting the approximate altitude reading. So we'll see whether we are getting these or not. So I'll upload the code and we'll see. Already uploaded this code and now we will see whether we are getting the data or not. So now you can see we are getting the altitude of 324 and the temperature we are getting is 22.93 and the pressure we are getting is 98234 Pascal. Now this altitude reading may not be accurate in your case. Now how to get this altitude reading somewhat accurate or somewhat close to your reading? So when you upload this code directly, there is a chances of getting error. So you will get one error that your device is not found. You need to do the wiring correctly. But why you are getting that error? So because we are using the I2C communication protocol. So we need to provide the I2C bus communication address. So how will you find the address? So for that you need to upload one more code for finding the bus address. So this is the code you need to upload in order to get the bus address. So upload this code and inside the serial monitor you will get the bus address. Now I'll go to the code which I have modified. Now I will explain you what part I have modified. So this is the important part. Here you need to insert your bus address. So copy and paste your bus address from the I2C scanner and paste it here. Now this altitude is not accurate at your place. Now here inside the while loop you can see BMP.read altitude, and here I have written 1021. Now what is this 1021? So this 1021 is nothing but it's a pressure in hectopascal at the sea level in your particular region. Now you need to search for the pressure in your particular region. So I am living in India, so I have searched for pressure in my area. So this is 1017 M bar. So for getting the approximate altitude, you need to write here pressure value in your region in the hectopascal. After that, upload the code and let's see. So I have already uploaded the code and let's see. So I'm getting the value of altitude is 323 meter. Now we'll see whether this value is right or wrong. So let's go to the Google Chrome once again and let's search for what is my altitude. Let's click on what is my altitude. So it will ask you for your location. So now it is 299 meter. So we'll check one more website. What is my elevation? So let's click on meter. So it's 320 meter, right? And now let's see what are the reading that we are getting. So we are getting 323 meter. So now it's almost close, right? You can see. Now we will see how to get reading on the Blynk IoT platform. So here is the Blynk IoT platform. So we will create a template from the scratch. Let's click on template, give the name that BMP, or you can write here weather station using BMP280. Select your board and Wi-Fi connection and write here monitoring environmental data. Monitoring environmental data. Now give the meaningful name and the meaningful description so that you can easily identify which template is used for which purpose. Let's click on done. So I have already explained what is metadata, what is data stream and events, how to create web dashboard, mobile dashboard in my previous video. So if you want to know that, you need to watch my previous video. So I will mention the link in description box as well as in the I button. So I'll create new data stream. Let's click on data stream, click on virtual pin. So first we'll monitor the temperature and select the virtual pin as V0 and select here integer. So we'll monitor here temperature up to 50 degrees Celsius. So we're going to monitor the temperature up to, so maximum temperature rating we can get is 85 degrees Celsius. So if you want to do the automation based upon the temperature data, just click on advanced setting, click on expose to automation and select here as a sensor. Click on available in condition, click on create. Now let's add second data stream. Click on virtual pin, right here pressure and the virtual pin is V1. Select the data type as integer and let's see the values that we are getting from of the pressure. So the pressure value that we are getting in Pascal. So what I'll write the maximum value of, so I'll write the maximum value of 1 lakh and select the unit if it is in Pascal. Yes, the Pascal is available. Let's click on that Pascal. So here you can see the maximum value is changed now. So we are monitoring the pressure now. Let's go to the advanced setting. If you want to do the automation based on the pressure, let's click on expose to automation, click here automation type as a sensor, click on available in condition, click on create. So also we need to do the change for temperature. Just select here temperature reading as degree Celsius. Let's see what the value that we are getting. So we are getting in degree Celsius. So let's go to the Blynk IoT platform and select here unit as degree Celsius. So mass, metric, duration, volume, temperature, it's in Celsius. So let's click on save. Add one more data stream for altitude. Let's select virtual pin, serial monitor and let's see the value. So we are getting values in meter. So I'll write the maximum value as 1000. So let's go to the Blynk IoT platform and let's write here 1000 and search for unit meter. Okay, so we have written the unit as well. So let's click on create. So we have added 3 data streams for temperature, pressure and the altitude. Now let's go to the web dashboard. Let's configure the web dashboard. Add the gauge. We'll add 3 gauges here. Let's click here and let's give the name as a temperature and select the data stream as temperature. And if you want to select color based on the values, you can select that as well. You can see here. Now let's click on save. Let's configure another gauge. Let's click here and write pressure. Select data stream as pressure and click on save. Configure third one for the altitude. So let's click on this data stream altitude, change the color, bit visible color I need. Let's click on save. So we have configured the web dashboards. Let's click on save. So I have already explained previously that how to configure the mobile dashboard. So go to my previous video and you will come to know that how to configure the mobile dashboard. Now we will add the device to the template. There are two ways to add the device to the template. You can use your Blynk app, or you can directly add the device from the using the Blynk IoT's web platform. So let's click on new device. Let's click on from template. Here you can select the template. So we are selecting our template weather station using BMP280. So let's click on create. So we have added the device. Now here you can see we have got this basic code. So we will enter this code inside our Arduino code. Just copy the code. We will enter this code. Now we need to do the modification inside the Arduino code. Let's go to the Arduino code. I have not done any modification before this. I am directly testing this project with you guys. Let's see. I'll take one of my code for Blynk IoT platform for a reference to modify this code. So you can do the same thing. Insert Blynk IoT template ID and all. So let's go to that. So that go to our code. So here I will directly paste my code that I have copied from the Blynk IoT platform. Okay, so we have done that. Now let's see. Next we need to use this part. Let's copy this and paste it here, just below this code. Okay, now let's see what part we need to modify. So we will not use this because I have used this for DST11 temperature sensor. Let's copy this one up to this, Control C. And paste it below this. Okay, now let's see what we need to modify once again. So here we need to create one function. So we will create the same function inside the BMP280 program. So let's copy this. What I'll do, let's go to the BMP280 and here inside a while loop, instead of while loop, what I'll do, here I'll write void sensor. So now this becomes my function now, and here enter it, and here you need to write void loop, opening and closing bracket and your curly brackets, and just enter here and go to the code here. And you can see inside the while loop what we have done, blink.run and timer.run. Just copy these commands and paste it here as well. So this is how you need to modify the code. This is very simple. Now inside the void sensor function, what we need to do, in this code you can see what we have done. We need to use blink.virtualWrite commands. Copy these commands and just paste it here. So here you can see I have copied these commands from here and pasted here. So V0, V1 and V2, these are the virtual pins that we have used. So we have used V0 for temperature, V1 for pressure and V2 for altitude. Just define one variable for storing the temperature. Write integer temperature, or I'll just write temp equal to, for getting the temperature they have used here bmp.read temperature function. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this one. Just copy this one and paste it here and do the semicolon. Now define one more variable for storing the pressure. So integer. So here you can see we are getting the pressure value in terms of decimal points. So what I'll write here float pressure is equal to, here you can see for reading the pressure we need to use BMP dot read pressure. Let's copy this and paste it here, give semicolon. So the value of altitude also in decimal, so we'll define here float. So define here one variable, that is altitude is equal to, we'll use this one BMP dot read altitude, Control C and paste it here. Now we need to send these values inside the virtual pin. So let's copy this temp for temperature and paste it here, copy this pressure and paste it here, and copy this altitude and paste it here. So only this much line of code you need to modify in order to send the data to the Blynk IoT platform. So here you can see the code is successfully compiled, there is no error. You can make any project if you just know the fundamentals of Arduino coding. So now I will upload this code to the Esp32 board and we'll see that whether we are getting the reading to the Blynk IoT platform or not. Let's upload it. So whenever it says connecting, you need to press the boot button and you can see the code is uploading. So the code is successfully uploaded. So here I have done one mistake. So here you can see inside the white setup what we have used, blynk.begin for connecting with the Wi-Fi. So we need to copy this blynk.begin. Let's copy this and paste it here inside this white setup. Let's copy here and paste it here, and after that we again need to paste, that is timer.setInterval. Let's copy this and paste it here, and now upload the code once again. So now my device is connected. So these are the small mistakes that we can make. So our weather station is online now. Let's click on that. We are getting the values of temperature, pressure and the altitude. So this is how we can monitor the temperature, pressure and the altitude and make your own weather station by using the Blynk IoT platform and the BMP280 sensor. Now what I'll do, I'll just try to increase the temperature bit so that you can see the changes in values. So now I'll try to increase the temperature by using this solder gun. Let me increase the temperature and let's see whether we can see the data or not. So here you can see on the screen the temperature is increasing. So here I've used the solder gun to increase the temperature. You can see the temperature is rising now. It's 28 degree now, 29 degree. So if you found this video useful for you, so do subscribe the channel. This will not cost you anything, and like the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.